morning, students. How are you all? I hope you all are doing well. Today we will be doing chapter Means of Transport and Communication. Now children, what are you going to learn in this chapter? Number one, you are going to learn the different means of transport. What is a transport? Okay, what do you mean by the word transport? What are the different means of transport? And we are going to learn about the different things we use to communicate or to deliver message to different people. Okay, so now let us move to the first topic, that is means of transport. Now what is the meaning of transport, children? The word transport means to take or carry persons or goods from one place to another. Okay, whenever we carry or take persons or goods from one place to another, that is called as a transport. Okay, now what are the means of transport? Anything that helps in taking or moving persons or goods from one place to another are called means of transport. Okay, so whatever helps in moving people from one place to another or in moving goods from one place to another are called means of transport. Okay children, so we have cars, bicycle, motorbikes, all these are means of transport. They help us to travel from one place to another or carry goods. Okay, here is a picture of few of the transport, children. These are the means of transport, children. You can see here in this picture. Okay, now let us move to the next topic, that is the different modes of transport. Now children, people can travel from one place to another through land, water and air. So we have three modes of transport. Look here in the picture, we have land transport, we have water transport and we have air transport. You can see there is a table drawn in the picture. We have land, sea and air. Here are a few of the examples of land transport, water or sea transport and air transport. Now let us learn about these different modes of transport one by one. Number one is land transport. Now what is land transport, children? Land transport means all the means of transport used for traveling on land. Okay, whatever transport, whatever vehicles we use to travel from one land to another land are called means of land transport. Now children, earlier when there were no cars, no buses, no proper roads, people used animals like camels and donkeys to carry people or heavy goods from one place to another. Children, these animals were called as beasts of burden. Why do we call them? Because they used to carry all the heavy loads from one place to another. In olden days, people also used bullock carts and tronga driven by horses. All these were means of land transport in the olden days. Look here in this picture, children. You have a picture of camels carrying people. Then we have donkeys, they are carrying heavy loads. We are seeing that people are traveling through bullock carts and tonga. Okay, so these are the four means of animal transport, animal land transport which were used. Now children, in today's day, land transport is divided into two categories. Number one is a private transport and number two is a public transport. Now what is private and public transport? Private transport is a type of land transport which is used by an individual or a group of individuals. Okay, so for example, you can see here in this picture, we have, for example, cars and motorcycles. Okay, children, these are the means of land transport which is used for individual purpose. Okay, we use this for ourselves. When we want to travel from one place to another, we use private transport. You can see in your houses you have cars, you have scooties, you have bikes. All these are used for your purpose if you want to travel from one place to another. Okay, so this is known as private transport. Now the second category is public transport. Transport which is used commonly by the public is called as public transport. For example, you can see here in this picture, we have buses and trains. Children, these are the means of transport which is used by the public, the common people. All the people in the world use these means of transport to travel long distances. Okay, so we have learned about land transport, we have learned about animal transport and private transport and public transport. Now let us move to the next topic, that is water transport. Now what is water transport? Children, all the vehicles, all the things which is used to travel from one place to another on water. Okay, by water, when we are traveling from one place to another, it is known as water transport. Okay, now water transport includes ships and boats. Okay, we go on boats. Okay, we go on ships. Okay, these are the means of water transport. Now children, all the passengers, when a large group of passengers, or we have to carry heavy goods. Okay, whenever there are a lot of passengers or when we have to carry heavy goods, we always use a ship. Okay, we use ship as a means of water transport to carry passengers from one place to another, or heavy goods, or to carry heavy goods from one place to another. We always use water transport ship. Okay, we use ship as the means of water transport. Okay, now see children, here is a picture of a ship near a place called the port. Now what is a port, children? You can see there is a picture of a port also. It is a long platform from where all the goods are loaded in a ship and unloaded from a ship. Okay, what is the meaning of loading and unloading? Loading means to take something inside a ship. To put something inside a ship is called a loading. Okay, when we put heavy goods inside a ship, it is called as loading. And whenever we take the heavy goods outside of a ship, we call it as unloading. So to load goods and unload goods from a ship, we need a place. That place is called as a port. Okay, I can show you again the picture. You can see here the picture of a ship. Okay, and then next to it you can see the picture of a port. Okay, that is a port from where all the things are carried, put inside a ship or taken out from the ship. Okay. Now the third part of transport is air transport. Now what is air transport, children? Air transport includes aeroplanes, helicopters, jets and rockets. All these are the means of transport which help us to travel by air. Okay. Now where do you find aeroplanes, children? Aeroplanes are the fastest means of transport. They carry people, they travel from one place to another within few hours. Okay, they travel from to far distance places within few hours. Okay, children, aeroplanes are one of the fastest means. Okay, if you want to go to Kerala, okay, by train it takes at least 1 or 2 days. But with an aeroplane, you can reach Kerala within 3 to 4 hours. Okay, so it is one of the fastest means of transport. Now, where do we find aeroplanes, children? In a airport. Okay, where do we find it? In a airport. Now generally an aeroplane takes off and lands on a special place called the runway. Okay, children, here's a picture of a runway. You can see here the aeroplane is taking off. It is going to one place through runway. Okay, first it drives along the runway and then it goes up and flies towards the sky. Okay, so runway is a special platform from where an aeroplane takes off or lands in. Okay, children, whenever an aeroplane is coming onto the land, when it is coming on a runway, it is called as landing. Whenever an aeroplane is coming near the land, it is called as a landing. Okay, we also use helicopters as a means of transport. Okay, helicopters are generally used for emergencies. Okay, whenever we need to travel from one place to another and it is very urgent, you have to reach there as fast as possible, we use helicopters. Okay, now helicopters can be landed on a level ground or on helipads. Okay, you can see here there's a picture of a helicopter on a helipad. Okay, now what is helipad, children? Helipad is also a small area where an helicopter generally takes off or lands. Okay, whenever a helicopter is coming to a place, there's a leveled ground. Okay, it's just like a small runway. Okay, it's just like a small runway. Whenever a helicopter is coming from a place and it wants to settle, it wants to come down, there's a special level ground. Okay, where the helicopter lands. Okay, that is called as a helipad. Okay, children. So this is what we have learned in today's chapter. We have learned about what is transport. Transport is, the word transport means to carry or to take people or goods from one place to another. We have learned about means of transport. Means of transport, anything that helps in moving people or goods from one place to another are called means of transport. For example, you have buses, trucks, scooters, cars, aeroplane, helicopters, ships, ferry boats. Okay, all these are means of transport. Now there are three modes of transport. We have land transport, water transport and air transport. Okay, land transport includes all the means of transport which travels on land. For example, we have trucks, cars, motorbikes. Okay, all these are means of land transport. Earlier, when there were no buses and cars, people used animals. Okay, for example, like camels and donkeys to carry heavy loads. They also used bullock carts and tonga, which was driven by horses. Then we learnt about water transport. What is water transport, children? Transport, means of transport which is traveling, which is taking people or goods through water. For example, we have boats and ships. Now ships are used to carry passengers and heavy goods, and all the unloading and loading of a ship takes place in a port. Okay, port is a place from where we put things inside a ship or we take things outside a ship. Okay, we unload and load a ship. Then we have learned about air transport. Air transport includes aeroplanes and helicopters, jets and rockets. Okay, aeroplanes is one of the fastest means of transport. Okay, generally we find aeroplanes in airport. An aeroplane generally takes off or lands on a runway. Runway is a special platform from where aeroplanes take off or land. The coming of aeroplane on a runway is called as landing. Then we have learned about helicopters. We use helicopters for emergencies. When there is an urgent need to travel from one place to another, we use helicopters. Generally, an helicopter can be landed on a level ground or a helipad. Okay children, so this is what we have learned in today's chapter. Okay, I hope you have understood it well. Tomorrow we will be learning about the different means of communication. Till then, goodbye and have a nice day.